Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Ajnanati Mirandasya Yana Jana Shalakaya Chakshurum Meditam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Stavaram Jangamam Yakam Yatinchit Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Babachivyapi Yat Sarvam Trilokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sarvashruti Shirorata Virajita Padam Bujaha Virantam Buja Suryoya Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Chaitanya Shashvata Shanto Vyomatito Niranjanaha Bindunada Kalatita Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Jnana Shakti Samarudha Tattvamala Vibhushitaha Bhukti Mukti Pradatacha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Aneka Janma Samprata Karma Bandha Vidahine Atma Jnana Pradhanena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shoshanam Bhava Sindhoscha Yapanam Sarasampadaha Guru Padodakam Samyak Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Na Guru Radhikam Tattvam Na Guru Radhikam Tapaha Tattva Jnana Param Nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Manata Shri Jagannatha Madguru Shri Jagadguru Mamatma Sarva Bhutatma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Guru Radhira Narisha Guru Paramadevatam Guru Parataram Nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhusya Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Bhagavan mere Sadguru Swami Vishwananda Tum hi 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 Bhagavan mere Sadguru Swami Vishwananda Gurudev Shishaye Namaha, Om Nishamaye Namaha, Om Devakare Samudyataye Namaha, Om Sukshmatanave Namaha, Om Chinmayaye Namaha, Om Gurumurtaye Namaha, Om Sundaraye Namaha, Om Sulochanaye Namaha, Om Sumukhaye Namaha, Om Charuhasaye Namaha, Om Keshavaye Namaha, Om Padmabhujaye Namaha, Om Mandagamanaye Namaha, Om Charumbaradharine Namaha, Om Ramaye Namaha, Om Mandirastapakaye Namaha, Om Shri Babachakaye Namaha, Om Gayatri Ajvane Namaha, Om Arpanasvikarakaye Namaha, Om Vishnu Pujakaye Namaha, Om Namo Narayana Iti Mantrapasakaye Namaha, Om Svaramayaye Namaha, Om Matulakantaye Namaha, Om Krishna Sankirtana Lulupaye Namaha, Om Stotra Priyaye Namaha, Om Mitapashine Namaha, Om Vagmine Namaha, Om Chitrakala Visharadaye Namaha, Om Vratataraye Namaha, Om Sadave Namaha, Om Jagatpantaye Namaha, Om Sarvalokaitaye Namaha, Om Bhakta Priyaye Namaha, Om Sudataye Namaha, Om Anukulaye Namaha, Om Neyaye Namaha, Om Sudarshanaye Namaha, Om Bhaktavatsalaya Namaha, Om Premamurtaye Namaha, Om Supekshanaye Namaha, Om Pritivartanaye Namaha, Om Swastitayakaye Namaha, Om Tarakaye Namaha, Om Anugrahaye Namaha, Om Vardhanaye Namaha, Om Architaye Namaha, Om Arthaye Namaha, Om Siddhipradaye Namaha, Om Janardanaye Namaha, Om Manoharaye Namaha, Om Mahakshaye Namaha, Om Siddheshwaraye Namaha, Om Bhasmabhushitaye Namaha, Om Atmalingaye Namaha, Om Nigarjanamrutsakaye Namaha, Om Siddhisadanaye Namaha, Om Madhavaye Namaha, Om Omkarapasakaye Namaha, Om Sukshmaye Namaha, Om Vishrukaye Namaha, Om Satikaye Namaha, Om Samadarshine Namaha, Om Dakshaye Namaha, Om Achinkyaye Namaha, Om Virahamkaraye Namaha, Om Nirmohaye Namaha, Om Avyakraye Namaha, Om Jitakrodhaye Namaha, Om Vinayashilaye Namaha, Om Svavashaye Namaha, Om Kushadaye Namaha, Om Kshamaye Namaha, Om Satyadharmaye Namaha, Om Nirvikalpaye Namaha, Om Viraktaye Namaha, Om Atindraye Namaha, Om Satyasantaye Namaha, Om Pavitraye Namaha, Om Madrasvabhavaye Namaha, Om Suranandaye Namaha, Om Nandanaye Namaha, Om Prasanatmane Namaha, Om Bhaktanidaye Namaha, Om Sakshaye Namaha, Om Samatmaye Namaha, Om Sadayogine Namaha, Om Haraye Namaha, Om Sutapaye Namaha, Om Samyaye Namaha, Om Guryaye Namaha, Om Vimuktaatmaye Namaha, Om Gambhiraye Namaha, Om Guptaye Namaha, Om Atmaramaye Namaha, Om Srinivasaye Namaha, Om Devaye Namaha, Om Dititaraye Namaha, Om Dhamyaye Namaha, Om Gurave Namaha, Om Duratikramaye Namaha, Om Gahanaye Namaha, Om Bhagavate Namaha, Om Harisharanamagadashakaye Namaha, Om Kudasya Jagatakaye Namaha, Om Abhiprayaye Namaha, Om Sarvamata Samatyaye Namaha, Om Kshamakata Bhavavadakaye Namaha, Om Devavatara Shri Vishwananda Swamine Namaha. Atu Deva Avantuno Yato Vishnu Vichakrame Prativya Saptadhamapihi Idam Vishnu Vichakrame Tritani Tade Padam Samodamasya Bhagum Sure Trini Pada Vichakrame Vishnu Gopa Atavyaha Ato Dharmani Taryane Vishnu Karmani Pashyatayato Vritani Paspashe Indrasya Yujasaka Tad Vishno Paramam Padagum Sada Pashyanti Suryaha Diveva Chakshura Tatam tadvipraso vipanyavo jagruhagumsa samindate Vishnoya paramam padam.
Gurudevaya dhimahi tanno Vishwananda prachodayat. Om Devataraya vidmahi Satgurudevaya dhimahi tanno Vishwananda prachodayat. Om Devataraya vidmahi Satgurudevaya dhimahi Tanno Vishwananda prachodayat.
Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kadame Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Om Bhurvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo yo na prachodayat. Om Bhurvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo yo na prachodayat. Om Bhurvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo yo na prachodayat.
Shri Krishna Vishnu Madhusudana Ketabare Narayana Chata Trivikrama Chakrapane Deityadi Sajadana Sridhara Vasudeva Gopala Krishna Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Rukmini Sabhavana Sahare Murare Radesha Gopisa Surupa Brahmadivanya Shri Dvarakanshraya Vaikunta Pate Bhuvaneka Murte Gopala Deva Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Meena Krite Kamatarupa Varaha Murte Trivikramaya Guhane Bruhu Rama Rama Shri Rama Krishna Yadulandana Kalki Rupa Gopala Krishna Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Govinda Madhava Mukunda Parat Paresha Damodara Jadarananda Kadai Shori Gopa Gopi Jana Samrita Dina Bandho Gopi Jana Priya Hare Tava Suprabhatam Shira Vishai Bhujagali Patalpashai Sadbhakta Sadadashai Ramangashai Shri Gopavama Mrilutalpa Sukadishai Gopavana Hare Tava Suprabhatam Shri Kasyapatri Sukanarada Gautamani Namaste Sangamani Sangava Bharatesho Tishanti Devatava Darshana Bhagaredo Gopala Shekhara Hare सुप्रभातम् नन्दारजादि तुलसी धननायकव्यये मायानि अञ्जलिपुते समुदाहरन्ति तिष्ठन्ति तत्त्वगततारतमे मुनीन्द्राः राधा मनोहर हरे तव सुप्रभातम् वेदत्रयं पतति गौतमकानगुह्यः गायन्ति सद्गुणगणो वरदासवर्गः संकीर्तयन्ति तव नाम कदा विशेषः श्रीनारदादिर्षयः तव सुप्रभातम् गोवर्धनो नरगोपकिशोरगोपा गोपीजनामृतसुवेशभवादिपोता त्रैलोक्यमोहनसुमङ्गलदिव्यदेहा श्रीरुक्मिणीशवरदा तव सुप्रभातम् श्रीवत्सचीनशरणागतपारिजाता वाक्प्राप्तिभञ्जनकृपाकरदीनबन्धो नित्यं प्रगायति जनाप्रियदिव्यरूपा श्रीनन्दगोपतनया तव सुप्रभातम् पद्मक्ष पद्ममुखपद्मधरा प्रमेया पद्मालयश्रयुत पद्मनिवासशोरी पद्मोद्भवाति सुरसेवितपादपद्मा पद्मादिनाथ हरये तव सुप्रभातम् लिङ्गतले विहरणाय महेन्द्रवन्द्या गन्धर्वदर्पहरतीन्यसुरेशरूपा चन्द्रननाय स्थितचन्दनलिप्तदेहा गोविन्द यादव हरे तव सुप्रभातम् श्रीनन्दनन्दन यशोदकुमार धीरा मायङ्गदीनदविचोलसुपुष्पहारा नीलम्बुदार सुशरीररमालिहारा गोपालदेव हरये तव सुप्रभातम् श्रीभक्तिजम्बवति सत्यसुगन्धिभद्रा श्रीमित्रलिङ्गदिवसा प्रभुपूर्तिकल्यणे तिष्ठन्ति दिव्यपवने तव सेवनम् गोपीमना प्रिय हरे तव सुप्रभातम् श्रीकृष्ण अच्युत अनन्त मुकुन्द शौरे राधा मनोहर जनार्दन चक्रपाणे नामानि दिव्यमुनयोर्ननिशं वदन्ति रामे मुहूर्तसमये तव सुप्रभातम् श्रीकृष्ण सुप्रभातम् ये पतन्ति महर्निशम् भूरि कृतं महापापम् श्रीकृष्णाय ईश्वर परमकृष्ण सच्चिदानन्द विग्रह अनादिरादि गोविन्द सर्वकरणकारणं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि चिन्तामणि प्रकटसर्वसुखप्रवीक्षा लक्षावितेषु सुरभिरपि पालयन्तु लक्ष्मीसहस्रशतसम्भ्रमसेव्यमान गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि वेणुग्रहन्तमरविन्ददलाय पक्षम् वातावतं समस्थितं मुदसुन्दरङ्गम् गन्धर्वकोटिकमनीयविशेषशोभम् गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि
Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Adurachandakalasatvanamadyavamsi Ratangadam Danayakirikalavilasam Syamam Dipangadanitam Niyataptakasam Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Angani yasya sakalendriya vrittimanti Pashyanti panti kalayanti chiram jaganti Ananda chinmaya sadujvala vigrahasya Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Aditamachutamanadimanantarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Tavayovanam Cha Vedesu Durnapamadurtapamatmapakto Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Santastu koti shatavatsara sampragamyo Vayoratapi manaso munipungavanam Sopyasti yapratanasindhya chintya tattve Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Ekyopi sora chaitum jagadam nakotim Yakshaktirasti jagadam nachaya yadantaha Anantarasta paramanachayam tarastam Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Yatavavavitadiyo manujastadeva Sampratyarupa mahima sanayana tushaha Sutteyameva nigamakatitestu hanti Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Patipavitavis Dapidya Eva Nicharupataya Kalabhihi Goloka Eva Nivasata Kiratma Puto Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena Santa sadeva nidayeshu vilokayanti Yamshama sundarama chintya gunasvarupam Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Namadimurti sukarani amena tishtam Nanavattara makarupavani sukintu Krishna swayam samapavat padamapamanyo Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Yasya prabha prabhavato jagatanta koti Kotishvashesha vasudhadi vibhuti vinam Brahmanishkalamanantamashesha bhutam Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Maya yasya jagadam nashatani sudhi Tekam yadat vishaya veda vitayamana Sattva-valam niparasatva visuddha sattvam Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Ananda chinmaya rasatmataya manasu Yatalinam pratipalam smaratam upedya Nidayitena bhuvanani jayasya chasham Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Golokanam nimichatam nitare chatasya Devi Mahesha Haridama Sudesha Desha Dete Bhavanichaya Nihitastayena Govinda Mari Purusham Damaham Bhajami
Govinda Mari Purusham Damaham Bhajami Shishti Shriti Pranaya Sadhana Shakti Rekha Jaye Vajasya Bhuvanani Vibhakti Durga Ichana Rupamati Yasya Chatesha Tesa Govinda Mari Purusham Damaham Bhajami Govinda Mari Purusham Damaham Bhajami
Chiram Yadata Divikana Vishesha Yoga Santaya Dina Hikatapati Asti Hitaho Yam Shabdam Abhidata Samapetikaya Govinda Mari Purusham Damaham Bhajami
Govinda Mari Purusham Damaham Bhajami Dipachireva Dikashantaramapyupedya Dipayate Vivita Hetu Samana Dharma Yastadvideva Hisha Vishnudaya Vibhagi Govinda Mari Purusham Damaham Bhajami Govinda Mari Purusham Damaham Bhajami
Yagadana Vanachani Pachati Smayoga Nitam Ananta Jagadan Shatana Rupaha Adhara Shakti Mavaram Yaparam Smabuddhi Govinda Mari Purusham Damaham Bhajami
Govinda Mari Purusham Damaham Bhajami Yaste Kanishvasita Kala Matavanandya Jivanti Loma Viraja Jagadandhanataha Vishnur Mahansaiha Yasya Kadadishesho Govinda Mari Purusham Damaham Bhajami Govinda Mari Purusham Damaham Bhajami
Vasyanya Dashma Shakaneshu Niteshu Teta Sriyam Kiyabhakataya Tapita Dvaraka Brahmaya Esha Jagadana Vidana Karta Govinda Mari Purusham Damaham Bhajami
Govinda Mari Purusham Damaham Bhajami Yatpada Pallava Yugam Vinidaya Kumbha Vande Pranama Samaye Sakanali Rajaha Vignam Vihantu Malamasya Jagatayasya Govinda Mari Purusham Damaham Bhajami Govinda Mari Purusham Damaham Bhajami
Agi Mahika Ganapam Maruti Shastra Kayasta Tatma Manasiti Jagatayani Yasmat Bhavanti Vibhavanti Vishanti Yamta Govinda Mari Purusham Damaham Bhajami
Govinda Mari Purusham Damaham Bhajami Yachakshuresha Savita Sakalagravana Sajas Samasta Suramurti Rashesha Tejaha Yastyagdaya Brahmati Sambrita Kala Chakro Govinda Mari Purusham Damaham Bhajami Govinda Mari Purusham Damaham Bhajami Damoda Papa Nichaya Sutaya Stapamsi Brahmati Gita Patagavata Jivaha Yatata Mata Vipava Prakata Prabhava Govinda Mari Purusham Damaham Bhajami Govinda Mari Purusham Damaham Bhajami Yastindra Gopa Matavendra Mahosa Karma Tandana Rupa Palabhajana Matanoti Kamani Nirdanati Kintu Chabhakti Vajam Govinda Mari Purusham Damaham Bhajami Govinda Mari Purusham Damaham Bhajami Yam Tuda Kama Sahajapanaya Diditi Vatsalya Moha Guru Gaurava Sevya Bhavani Sanchintya Dasya Sadishintanulapurite Govinda Mari Purusham Damaham Bhajami Govinda Mari Purusham Damaham Bhajami Ishvara Paramakrishna
Sachitananda Vigraha Anadidadi Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Om Ajnanati Mirandasya Yananjana Shalakayam Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Gurudev, everyone. Good morning. Today we have the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 1, verses 56 and 57, where it's part of the story of Ajamila. And it says, in the beginning, this Brahmana named Ajamila studied all the Vedic literatures. He was a reservoir of good character, good conduct, and good qualities. Firmly established in executing all the Vedic injunctions, he was very mild and gentle, and he kept his mind and senses under control. Furthermore, he was always truthful. He knew how to chant the Vedic mantras, and he was also very pure. Ajamila was very respectful to his spiritual master, the fire god, guests, and the elderly members of his household. Indeed, he was free from false prestige. He was upright, benevolent to all living entities, and well-behaved. He would never speak nonsense or envy anyone. So I think these verses summarize quite well the life of Ajamila before the incident that we all know. But basically, he was trained by his parents. He had the good luck, the good fortune of being born in the house of two parents who instruct him with all the Vedic principles, the regulatory principles, living as a Brahmana, practicing celibacy, practicing austerities, practicing non-violence, like all the dharmic behavior to, let's say, facilitate a child to reach God. But what happened at some point of his life, kama, desire, sexual desire, strikes on him. And he gets in love of what at that moment was Pingala, a prostitute. And then he gets in love with her, and he starts a different kind of life. And in the end, he stayed with her. They got 10 children. And his life that was completely 100% focused into God shifted and became a life full of pleasure. For his also good fortune, when the 10th son was born, he called him Narayana. So he didn't know at this point that he didn't have much time left of his life was about to finish. So when he's on his bed and he's passing away, and the servants of Yamraj come to take him, he calls, because he remembers his youngest son, his latest attachment. He remembered him. He started calling him Narayana, Narayana. And then because of chanting the name, the servants of Narayana comes and they start arguing with the servants of Yamraj to see who will take this soul. And in the end, Ajamila is given another opportunity to come back to his body, and from there he starts again a very dharmic and pious life. So there is a concept that is discussed in this series of chapters of the Bhagavatam that is Posana, that it means the protection of the Lord. And it's when the Lord comes in the rescue of his devotees. And there are many examples of this. And I think in our case, we can relate to this. You know that Guruji have said many times that to be here, to be in the presence of the Sadguru, to meet him in this life, is the result of a lot of work and austerity from other lives. He says, what have you done so amazing to be today with me? And if I don't know you, but in my life, I don't recall to have done many great things that will justify that I can meet my Sadguru in this life. So it means that there is a lot of work before that we have done, that we have the opportunity to meet our Sadguru in this life. But at some point, something may have happened that we didn't reach God before. I know, Govinda. I know about the stories of great saints that they are actually incarnated again, and a few of them as devotees of Guruji. One of them, Guruji mentioned that he has just the curiosity of what the married life is. Not even the desire, just the curiosity. In a moment of death, a thought crossed his mind of how would have been if I would have been married. And that made this like very well-known saint incarnate again. So at some point, we all come to the Sadguru, and I think we are in this point like Ajamila. We have been given another chance to meet the Master, to meet Krishna. And then from here is our decision now, what do we do? Or we come back to the world, or we go deep into the spiritual path. There is a story in the Ramayana, but more zooming into the Hanuman Lila of the Ramayana, that is, I don't think you remember, but last satsang I shared about Vali, the monkey king, and how Rama protected Sugriva, killing Vali, and giving back to Sugriva the kingdom. And what is very interesting in this story is once Sugriva is saved, because he could not leave the abode of Rishyamukha. He could not move away from there because Vali would kill him. So he was in a very distressful situation. Rama comes, kills his brother Vali, and then Sugriva is crowned king of Kishkinda Kanda, no? Kishkinda. And so Sugriva is crowned as king and promised to Rama that when the monsoon, when the rainy season finishes, he will help Rama to find Sita. So what happened? In these 4 months of rain, Sugriva forgot about his promise. And he started indulging in pleasures of the world. Because now he was a king. The wife of his brother now was his wife. His wife came back to him. He had another wife also. And he started intoxicating himself, alcohol, party. So Rama is in a cave with Lakshmana, waiting for Sugriva to come with the army, with the mighty army of all the monkeys, to help him to find Sita. And Sugriva forgot. And Lakshmana goes into a rage, and he goes after Sugriva. For the good fortune of Sugriva, just before Hanuman called his attention and told him, do you remember you promised to Lord Rama that you will help him to find Sita, and you are here intoxicated with all of this woman and alcohol and lost completely in desire. So he kind of come to himself, but not completely, until Lakshmana comes and gives like an ultimatum. He said, you give your word to my brother, so you should prepare the armies now, or I will kill you. And then Sugriva, basically, he composed himself, he collected the army, and he goes to meet Rama. But if you see what Rama, Sita, Hanuman represents, according to the description that Guruji gave in Mauritius, I think 2 years ago, he was speaking that Rama represents the consciousness and the soul. Sita represents the mind, Ravana represents the ego who kidnaps the mind. And Hanuman represents the prana, the sadhana, the seva that helps the consciousness to recover the mind. So, in a way, I think we are all facing this question. In every situation in life, when we need to decide something, we can either be the Sugriva, who gets a bit intoxicated and lost in the pleasures of life and acts with selfishness, or on the Hanuman side, selfless, representing the seva, representing the sadhana, that helps the Atma, the consciousness, to recover the mind from Maya, from the ego. And I think it's a day-to-day decision that we face. No? Or I indulge myself in things for myself, or I do stuff for others. I use time for my sadhana, or I watch a movie. I will go for prayers, or I stay sleeping. I put the prayers in the morning in my house in YouTube, or I do something else. There is always this decision that inside you know what is the right way, or I think so. I think everybody, especially being devotees of Guruji, one part of the consciousness awake, that you know what is the right way, what you should be doing, what you should not be doing. The first two principles of Sharanagati, how to surrender to God. Avoid what is not prescripted or what is forbidden for the awakening, and encourage the things that actually helps you to awake. So I remember a time ago, here was a guy living in the ashram, and he started having very weird behaviors. He started smoking, and his time of parikrama, walking around this holy place, was just to turn on his cigarette and go a little bit on the woods. And Guruji allowed it for a while. He didn't say anything, and nobody told to Guruji. But one day, Guruji called the guy, and he said, "What are you doing?" And he says, "What do you mean?" And Guruji told him, like, "Look, I know you're smoking, and I know you're calling other people to do it with you." And Guruji told him, "If you put a rotten orange in a box with fresh orange, what will happen? The other orange starts to rot." And after this, the Prabhu stopped smoking, of course, and he gave him a push to start doing the right things. But what happened is that we can cultivate as a community, as a Sangha, healthy behavior that helps each another to go in the right way, or we can cultivate behaviors that they don't support each another in the spiritual path. And in the opposite direction, it starts to rotten other people. And we face these situations where we need to decide. We want God, yes. So are we doing the things that God says we should do to reach Him, or are we doing the opposite? Right in the last days in Vitalam, Guruji has this funny way of teaching that is, Pavlov, the scientist. It's basically if the dog do good things, you give him a prize. If the dog do bad things, you punish him. So Guruji is kind of on the same line. Whenever there is bad behaviors, he punish them, and when there is good behaviors, he don't punish them, or he praise them. We were in Vitalam, and very late at night, like 10 p.m., a group of devotees decided to come together, and it was a planned activity, to come together and share stories, to speak about your path, about God, how Guruji came into your life, etc. So part of the group came together to the cafe and started sharing stories. Guruji got to know about that, and he came down, and he went inside of the cafe to listen to the people. So when all the other hundreds of people got to know that Guruji was in the cafe, what did they do? They ran to be there with him because Guruji was not present among the crowds back then. So when Guruji comes inside of the cafe, he says, close the doors. And they shut the doors, so he stayed inside with all the people who decided at 10 p.m., let's come together, let's speak about God, let's focus in God and derive like bliss and contentment out of the speaking about His glories. And all the other hundreds of people who were just chit-talking, doing this, doing that, like really not participating, not coming together as a group for promoting behaviors that will reach or will help us to reach God, they stay outside. And when Guruji came out, he said something like, before you didn't want to be inside. And now that I came, you all ran behind. And then he gave the satsang. Do you remember? Like 3-4 days ago, where he says, I don't want you to run behind me. That's not what the Sadguru wants. I want you to run behind my teachings. I want you to apply what I'm telling you. And you could see here, he tells us, no, to share our stories. He tells us to inspire each other, to come as a sangha, to create environments, platforms where God can manifest. No, 2 or 3 gather on His name, then He will be present. So there are situations that promote this, and there are situations that doesn't promote this. And yeah, in another trip with Guruji, actually at the end of the trip, Guruji told me in a very sad way, he looked at my eyes and he said, you didn't change. After all of these years, after all of his effort from his side, trying to make me a person who is thinking in God and not engaging in superficial things out of a situation that happens, he told me, you didn't change. And that really strikes on me because it makes me think, what does it take to really, really want God? What does it take to really go deep into the path? Because one of the persons that I filmed for experiences with Paramahamsa Vishwananda, she told me something that I don't know yet where to put it, in which box to put it. She met Guruji like 25 years ago, and one of the things that Guruji told her is, my mission, Guruji told her, my mission will be huge. But actually, I didn't came for many people. My mission will be huge, but I didn't came for many people. And as I say, I don't know where to put this because Guruji also say things like, my boat is big and I will take many with me after. But how much is many? How much is not so many in his eyes? And makes me think that to really, really become that perfected version of what Guruji wants for us, it requires more than 100% from our side. And makes me think also, or makes me be watchful of going through the day and really deciding what I'm doing and what I'm engaging myself with. Is this something that brings me closer to God or not? No, and I think it's, of course, a question for oneself. It's nothing that someone externally can answer for you. But really, in each step that we do, are we putting the effort to reach Him? Or are we just, like a Jamila, we are getting a second opportunity, an amazing opportunity, we have the Sadguru in our lives, and we are just behaving the same as if He will not be here? Jai Gurudev.
Jaya Jagadisha Hare Hari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Om Jaya Narsingadev 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 Jaya Narsingadev Jaya Narsingadev 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 Jaya Narsingadev Oh Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Bhakta Swarupa Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Bhakta Swarupa Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Vishwananda Gurudev 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 Sri Vishwananda Gurudev Sri Vishwananda Gurudev 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 Sri Vishwananda Gurudev Sri Vishwananda Gurudev 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 Sri Vishwananda Gurudev Sri Vishwananda Gurudev 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 Sri Vishwananda Gurudev Oh Gurudev Gurudev Sri Vishwananda Gurudev 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 Sri Vishwananda Gurudev Oh Gurudev Gurudev Sri Vishwananda Gurudev 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 Sri Vishwananda Gurudev Oh Gurudev 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 Sri Vishwananda Gurudev Sri Vishwananda 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 Gurudev Om Namah Jai Namah Jai Mangala Mangala Yati Raja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Yati Raja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Tintaya Karuna Karaya Mangala Mangala Yatindaya Karuna Karaya Mangala Mangala Dapatita Mekaraya Mangala Mangala Dapatita Mekaraya Mangala Mangala Mayu Jai Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Yatina Jai Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Yatina Jai Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Anikama Pratistitaya Mangala Mangala Sarigrama Pratistitaya Mangala Mangala Vidandadani Me Godakachaya Mangala Mangala Vidandadani Me Godakachaya सज्जनों के साखत दास सज्जनों के साखत क्षण में दूर करे ओ जय जगदीश हरे चोर्या दे फल पाने दुख बिना से मन का स्वामी दुख बिना से मन का सुख सापति गरावे सुख सापति गरावे अष्टमी थे तन का ओ जय जगदीश हरे माता पिता तुम मेरे शरण गहूँ में किसकी स्वामी शरण गहूँ में किसकी तुम बिना और न दूजा तुम बिना और न दूजा आशा करूँ मैं किसकी ओ जय जगदीश हरे तुम पूजन परमात्मा तुम दयामि स्वामी तुम दयामि परब्रह्म परमेश्वर परब्रह्म परमेश्वर तुम सबके स्वामी ओ जय जगदीश हरे तुम करुणा के सागर तुम पालन करता स्वामी तुम पालन करता जय सेवक तुम स्वामी जय सेवक तुम स्वामी कृपा करो भरता ओ जय जगदीश हरे तुम वो एक अगोचर सबके प्राणपति स्वामी सबके प्राणपति किस विधि मिलुन दयामय किस विधि मिलुन कृपामय तुमको बेकुमति ओ जय जगदीश हरे दीन बंधु दुःख तुम रक्षक मेरे स्वामी तुम रक्षक मेरे करुणा हता पधाओ करुणा हता पधाओ शरण पदा तेरे ओ जय जगदीश हरे विषय विकार मिटाओ पापारो देवा स्वामी पापारो देवा श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ श्रद्धा प्रेम बढ़ाओ संतन की सेवा ओ जय जगदीश हरे तन मन धन सब तेरा स्वामी सब कुछ है तेरा स्वामी सब कुछ है तेरा तेरा तुझको अर्पण तेरा तुझको अर्पण गे मेरा ओ जय जगदीश हरे ओ जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे पाठ जनों के संगत रास जनों के संग क्षण में घूर करे ओ जय जगदीश हरे ओ मन कर राखो जी गिरधारी नाचा कर राखो जी गिरधारी नाचा कर राखो जी गिरधारी नाचा कर राखो जी मन कर राखो जी गिरधारी नाचा कर राखो जी गिरधारी नाचा कर राखो जी गिरधारी नाचा कर राखो जी ओ चाकर राखो चाकर राखो चाकर राखो जी चाकर राखो चाकर राखो चाकर राखो Radha Kare Rakho ji, Giridhari Radha Kare Rakho ji, Giridhari Radha Kare Rakho ji. Tameva Mata cha Pita Tameva, Tameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tameva, Tameva Vidya Dharinam Tameva, Tameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva, Tameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Asato Ma Sagamaya, Tamaso Ma Jyoti Gamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Shri Lakshmanarayana Bhagavan ki Jai, Sri Bhutabhrteshwarnath Mandir ki Jai, Sri Radha Krishna Kanena ki Jai, Sri Mata ke Pavachi ki Jai, Sri Ramanujacharya ki Jai. Let's say bolo Satgurudeva Sri Swami Vishwananda Mahaprabhu ki Jai. Krishnaya Govindaya Gopi Janamapaya Paraya Paramam Purushaya Panakarma Mantra Yantra Tantra Shadastra Shastani Samaraya Samaraya Mityor Mochaya Mochaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Mahasudarshanaya Dikti Jvala Pritaya Sarvari Shobana Humpat Parashmai Paramane Paramchitishe Swaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Bhaktanamana Govinda, Govinda, Gopikachimana Svananam Govinda, Govinda, Bhaktavatsala Govinda, 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 Govinda. Kabarade, Eknath Namde, Bandhaninath Maharaj ki Jai, Samasta Bhakta Mandali ki Jai, Alvar Elpanamana Tidavarika Ye Saranam.